Because the English spelling system is such a mess, we and many other people use the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, to unambiguously represent pronunciation. And to differentiate IPA symbols from letters, we use square brackets. So as you can see here, P, K, and Sh are enclosed in square brackets. And as I just did when I'm speaking, and I encourage you to do the same thing, refer to IPA symbols by pronouncing their sounds. And for consonants, that means you'll be inserting the vowel sound after them, with one exception, which we'll get to in a little bit. I've put a link here for an IPA chart with audio recordings and MRIs of different sounds. And I'll be going back and forth between these two during this lecture because the MRIs are really not only just cool, they're very useful. In looking at the consonants, we're going to start with what I'm saying are the most prototypical of the consonants, the most consonant-like, and those are the stops. Now, vowels are produced with unimpeded airflow through the vocal tract. So if you say a vowel like ooh, the air is flowing unimpededly. If you pronounce a consonant, however, there's going to be at least some obstruction of the airflow, and the most obstruction is when the airflow is stopped completely, as in the stops. So here we have pa-ta-ka, pa, pig, t, ta, as in tape, ka, as in cap, and ba-da-ga, ba, as in bide, da, as in dote, and ga, as in got. And at this point, maybe I'll point out that you might have noticed I'm wearing my linguist t-shirt for IPA transcription. This was created by the undergrads here in the UMass Linguistics. How many vowel sounds in pig, tape, cap, bide, dote, and got are there? And then ask yourself, where in the mouth is the consonant of each of these pairs, pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ga, produced? And then what's the difference between pan, ba, tan, da, ka, and ga? I'll ask you to answer the question about how many vowel sounds there are in Blackboard, but the others are just for you to think about for yourself before proceeding. And I'll pause now. To answer the question of where in the mouth pa, ta, and ka are produced, we'll go to those MRIs and take a look. So here is the chart for the International Phonetic Alphabet, which has a subset of these sounds are found in English. One that is found in English is pa.
Pa, pa, EP,
Okay, so what you should have seen
pa,
is that in all of these cases, there's closure at the lips during the consonant. There are different vowels, so the shape of the tongue is different in each case, but in every one, there is closure at the lips, so the airflow is being completely stopped at the lips. We can next go to ta. Here it is.
ta, ta, et,
Again, same thing. During the vowel, the shape of the tongue varies, and so exactly where the ta is making contact with the alveolar ridge varies a bit, but in every case, you should have seen the tongue tip hitting the alveolar ridge in ta. And then finally, ka. This one's probably the hardest to have an intuition about yourself, but we'll be able to see very clearly.
ka, ka.
Right. Where is the airflow being obstructed during the consonant? It's being obstructed by the back of the tongue and the back of the velum, and that's why it's called a velar stop. So in the fricatives, there is some continuous airflow during the consonant. So take an example like 6. The tongue is hitting the alveolar ridge in about the same place as in ta, but the difference is that there is still airflow, and it's called a fricative. There's frication. So we have sa, sh, th, fa, and ha. Those are our consonants in English. And again, we've gone through the places of articulation. Sa and za are the at the same place of articulation. The difference, of course, here and in the pa ba one of voicing. So sa and za, the same place of articulation, the alveolar ridge. Sha and ja are alveopalatals. Sha, ja. Rouge is an example of ja. Tha and tha are interdentals, so they're being pronounced with the tongue between the teeth, interdental. Fa and va are labial dentals, and ha is a glottal fricative. And so let's take a look at a few of these with the MRIs. We could try fa first, so labiodental.
Fur, far,
And so you can see the contact
fee.
again in the consonants there. Um, let's take a different look at the difference between sa and sha.
Sir,
So you see where the contact is
sa,
right there, the alveolar ridge.
see.
And now sha.
Sh, sh, sha,
So a little further back,
she.
and you can see the tongue blade is also flatter in the sha, instead of being using the very tip of the tongue. And let's go now to ha.
Her, her.
So you can see that there's no closure in the oral portion. It's back here in the glottis that we're getting closure in this consonant. Now, ja in English is not a very common word, not a very common sound. Try to think of how many words you can think of with ja. So you got rouge, and here's one, garage.
I wonder why he's so eager to go to the garage.
The garage? Hey, fellas, the garage. Well, ooh-la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman.
Well, what do you call it?
A car hole.
Okay, so Mo is saying, ooh la di da, Mr. Frenchman. And this is an amazingly linguistically sophisticated joke by the authors of The Simpsons, because in fact, garage is borrowed from French, and most words like rouge as well in English that have ja are French borrowings. This video turns out to be relevant for something else we're going to be talking about in this course later on. There's a controversy here. People aren't sure whether they're hearing car hole or car hold. And I have to say that I go back and forth myself when I listen to it. This relates to a process of ta-da deletion that we're going to be talking about in some depth later on in the semester. So whole and hold are often homophonous because in some cases the duh is deleted in hold.